to introduce the Deputy Secretary for Regional Development, Barney McGahan. Barney.
Thank you, Quentin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As Minister Atwood explained, Minister Kennedy is not well this week and he's had to take a few days off work. And he's asked me to come along and express his profound apologies for not being able to be here. And he's also asked me to make the presentation that he had planned. What I didn't know yesterday when I agreed to do this, that I would also pick up the flu that he's suffering from. And I'm probably feeling every bit as bad this morning as he's feeling. However, I hope, if you'll bear with me, hopefully I won't lose anything of the content of what he was planning to say. And along with Minister Atwood, I'm delighted to welcome you all here to the eDrive Business and Fleet Conference in such an impressive surrounding. Minister Atwood mentioned the schools that we had here yesterday. I think we had 20 or 25 schools represented. And we were a little bit worried, as school kids are, that perhaps there would be a wee bit of wrecking and carrying on, going on, as there was, but it was all good-natured, and everybody went away and left the place as they found it. So there weren't too many jokes about icebergs and sinkings and things, and hopefully there won't be too many today either. The purpose of this eDrive event is to learn more about electric plug-in vehicles, to hear from the experts, and to give you the opportunity to test drive electric vehicles on the electric avenue outside. Our department is committed to supporting the uptake of low-emission vehicles to help create economic growth and reduce carbon emissions. Electric vehicles provide an exciting new opportunity for the business sector to reduce emissions while also cutting costs. The business sector has a very important and influential role, buying as it does more than half of all new vehicles in the United Kingdom. Whether you're in the public sector or the private sector, whether you're a small business with 1 or 2 vehicles or a large business with, say, 200 vehicles, no matter what size, the decisions you make when purchasing vehicles are extremely important. The good news is that viable plug-in vehicles are already out there, as you'll see later on today. And more manufacturers are bringing more and more models to the market each year. Many small and large-scale businesses and organisations can undoubtedly benefit from plug-in vehicles. But we recognise that some support and guidance is needed in the early stages to make sure your business gets the full benefit. That is why this eDrive event is so valuable in demonstrating the opportunities of how plug-in vehicles can meet your needs, reducing emissions and reducing costs. With rising fuel prices, as Quentin said, there's a real financial opportunity to be grasped here. The plug-in car and van grants are already helping to bring down the upfront cost of plug-in vehicles. When this is combined with the 80% lower running costs and a very favourable tax treatment, electric vehicles can make real business sense. And with more plug-in vehicles coming out over the next year, businesses and organisations will have an even greater choice of vehicles at different price points. Our reasons for getting behind electric vehicles are very simple. They are a low-emission alternative to current petrol or diesel vehicles. They represent a future in which pollutants are reduced, air quality is improved, and our reliance on fossil fuels for transport is minimised. Therefore, this eDrive event is an important step in helping fleets across Northern Ireland to benefit from plugged-in vehicles and helping us create growth and cut carbon. As Minister Atwood mentioned, the e-car charging infrastructure which has been installed across Northern Ireland is quite extensive. When our current phase comes to a close later this spring, there will be 320 standard charge points and 14 rapid charge points in place. No one will be further than 30 miles from a rapid charge point, and the majority will be no further than 10 miles from a standard charge point. This project represents an investment of £2.4 million, with funding coming from a strong consortium of central and local government, European funding, and the private sector business in Northern Ireland. Our investment has been matched by similar investment in the Republic of Ireland, with all major arterial routes being served by a rapid charger. Charge points in both jurisdictions are fully compatible to ensure all e-cars have the ability to roam across the international border. Although electric cars may not appear to be suitable for everyone, with their approximate range of 100 miles fully charged, they are, I believe, ideally suited to Northern Ireland. Research shows that 2/3 of all car journeys in Northern Ireland are under 5 miles, and 1/5 are under 1 mile. Longer journeys can be accomplished by a short boost at a rapid charger. There's a real financial opportunity to be grasped here. The average motorist could save over 80% on their fuel costs by using a fully electric vehicle. Last week, our department published the results of a survey into public awareness and attitudes towards electric cars in Northern Ireland. The main factors that respondents said would encourage them to buy an electric car were low running costs, no vehicle tax, £5,000 grant towards the purchase of an electric vehicle, and not having to pay for petrol or diesel. 4 items that are already in place. Respondents then went on to say that the main factors which would discourage them from buying an electric vehicle were not what Quentin said about open-toed sandals and hugging trees. It was about the time required to recharge an electric car, the purchase price, battery life, and vehicle range. Now, these issues come up further afield in Northern Ireland and represent challenges which have already been taken up by the electric car industry. I am confident that at today's conference you will hear about how the electric car industry is responding to and meeting these challenges. I believe that we have created an infrastructure which will make Northern Ireland a world leader in the adoption of a more environmentally friendly motoring. Public and private sector organisations across Northern Ireland should take the time to carefully consider the advantages of these exciting new opportunities to reduce running costs, reduce CO2 emissions within their fleets, alongside the many other benefits that you've heard from Quentin and from Minister Atwood. I'd like to finish now, and at the end, we'd like to show you our new eCar animation, which we feature on our eCar website and the YouTube page. I hope you have an enjoyable day at the Drive conference and that you get the opportunity to drive one of the many vehicles on the slipways. Once again, apologies for Minister Kennedy for not being here, and I hope you have a really enjoyable day. Thank you very much.